Notre Dame football announced some big news on Sunday with the 4-year contract extension for head football coach Marcus Freeman. Most are very, very excited for the future of the program and for this recent announcement, but I, for one, did not love the timing. Let's talk about it here. Ryan Roberts from A to Z Sports breaking down everything Notre Dame football. Notre Dame getting ready for a playoff game this week, Friday night against the Indiana Hoosiers. But we got some big news over the weekend when it was announced. 4-year contract extension for head coach Marcus Freeman on top of the 2 years remaining. So he is locked up lucratively for the next 6 years as the head football coach at one of the best programs in all of college football. It was first reported, at least I first saw it from Heather Dinich, who is a senior ESPN writer. She, I think, credited to Maria Taylor. Either way, Maria Taylor and Heather Dinich were the ones that were out in front on this. Jordan Schultz, who is a Fox Sports NFL insider, also verified the information. It's been verified by a couple different sources. So 4-year contract extension for Marcus Freeman. As a private school, they're not going to give out the details of what the exact money is, but according to the reports, the multiple people that have reported this, he is going to be one of the most highest paid coaches in all of college football. And when I really dove into this, folks, I wasn't surprised that Marcus Freeman got a contract extension. And I was happy that he got a contract extension because I do think that the middle to end of this season was a great sign of future development for Marcus Freeman and his staff and his team to be able to get up off the mats and be able to showcase that they can be a dominant football team. And I think that we have seen the recruiting take an uptick. We've seen the depth of the team take an uptick. And overall, Marcus Freeman is a great spokesperson and leader of men. And I think that he is what Notre Dame needs going into the future. So I am happy that he got this contract extension. And I am totally fine with it happening this offseason. But I did not love the timing of it now. And here's why. You have a playoff game in front of you, the first ever home playoff game for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, a team that has won national championships, obviously, plenty of them in the past, but none since 1988, and have never won a playoff game since playoff formats have begun in college football. So you're still waiting on that. You're still waiting on that big postseason victory that has eluded this program for such a long time. And I wanted that, first and foremost, to be the whole focus this week. You are playing against an in-state team that you should beat on paper. I do think Notre Dame is going to beat Indiana this week, but it is still a first that needs to happen in this program, one that has stood the test of time and has been one of the premier programs in college football for a very long time. So there's something on the table here, and I wanted that to be the main focus. We have heard from the transfer portal perspective, Notre Dame has been busy in the transfer portal, but things are not going to be announced before this playoff game. They are waiting until afterwards. And I would have honestly liked that if you were going to sign this contract, sign it, pen to paper, let the ink dry, and make the announcement at a later date, whether that is after the Indiana game or it is after the season is completed in general. I've seen most people say, this is the rebuttal, and this actually was something that was said to me on my Twitter at Rise and Draft when I had put out just my opinion on this. I just thought the timing was a little bit odd here, just a little bit odd. Someone had said, well, you get rid of all the coaching rumors that are going to be out there, and the transfer portal kids now have an ease to their mind, and the players on the team have ease to their mind. Folks, this contracts do not have to be announced the day that it is signed, the day that the ink is dry. Notre Dame could have signed Marcus Freeman. They could have waited a week, couple weeks, whatever it would end up being, and had put it out into the universe, and it would have been all the same. The team would still have known about it. I hope that people don't think that the minute that news breaks on Twitter that the players for Notre Dame are finding out the news for the first time as well. That's not typically how that works. Notre Dame players would have had a big heads up on this. Recruits would have had a big heads up on this, and then the public would have followed. I think that doing it now, before a playoff game, I think is very dangerous. And the big reason why is that there are two outcomes that are going to happen now. One, you're going to go out and beat Indiana, and the optics are going to say, man, what a great move by Notre Dame, locking up Marcus Freeman. Look what he's done for this program, win a playoff game, and continue your playoff run down the stretch with a freshly minted contract under Coach Freeman. But think about this, and I know some people aren't going to want to think about this. What if you lose this week? What if you lose this week with that new contract in hand? The optics look just so bad, in my opinion, if that is the result that happens. And some people are going to say, I don't care about optics. Well, I do, because everything matters, right? What the players, what the staff, and what the fan base thinks all matter in these types of conversations. And here's my other big question. If you go out and you beat Indiana this week, and you drop the news on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whenever it happens over the next couple of days, what is the difference of optics between doing it this week and doing it that week to announce the contract extension? It's the same thing. And I know people have also talked about the Chicago Bears rumors that came out. Guys, that was weeks ago. Why didn't you do it a couple weeks ago if you were worried about the optics? Why is now the right spot a few days away from the first ever college football playoff game in South Bend? I am so happy that Marcus Freeman is the head coach of Notre Dame, and I expected this to happen this offseason, but I just didn't love the timing on this. Put into the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What is your opinion? Keep it respectful, as always. And folks, I'll be in South Bend this weekend when Notre Dame hopefully takes down the Indiana Hoosiers, so make sure to say hello. And as always, go Irish.